Picking the profession you want to commit to when you're younger is one of the most difficult decisions you could ever make. And with the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, it goes without saying that not many industries are even hiring right now, making this decision even harder. With that being said, there are some options out there that remain unchanged by this altered world we live in, with the plumbing industry being one of them. So why should you consider becoming a plumber over and above other career opportunities, and what benefits does the job bring with it? Well, whether you're in need of some help in the decision-making process or just want to know more about the plumbing industry, you've come to the right place, as we're about to explore the top 10 reasons to become a plumber. So strap yourselves in and get ready for an informative ride, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Number 1. It pays more than the majority of trades. Just how much you get paid by working in the plumbing industry is completely dependent on a number of factors, with the area you're working in being one of them. At the moment, there are really only two tradesman jobs to choose from, a plumber or an electrician. And while many choose to go in the direction of the electrical industry in an attempt to keep their boots clean from sewage, it must be said that the pay per hour of plumbers in Australia is considered to be marginally higher than that of electricians. Another great thing about the pay that plumbers receive is that it is often based on the amount of experience that the plumber has. This means that you will never be stuck in a dead-end job doing the same work for the same pay. As your experience increases, so does your paywall, making the time spent in the industry well worth it in the end. Something you should also be keeping in mind right now is the fact that the plumbing industry has remained unchanged by the onset of the coronavirus pandemic. This means that while other employees from different industries have found themselves being laid off, the same cannot be said about plumbers, who are now clearly earning more than these other poor souls. In the world of today, this is something you'll need to take into consideration when choosing work, and we're happy to say that the necessity of the job keeps plumbers working and earning like nothing has ever happened. Number 2, the industry brings with it a lot of potential. Another advantage to the plumbing industry is the massive amount of potential that comes with it. Remember, in the usual course of employment, a worker usually has to work his way up the corporate ladder, going from earning almost nothing to at least something, and so on and so forth. If that employee ends up hating his job though, which is probable considering his standing at the company, then he will have to start all over again at another company, making his time at the previous place of employment almost useless. The same cannot be said when it comes to plumbers though, whose salaries will always depend on just how experienced they are within the actual field they are working in. Changing plumbing businesses thus has no effect on how much you'll be capable of earning. This is only one form of potential that the plumbing industry brings with it though. There are also different specialty positions that a plumber can work towards increasing his salary by focusing more on their specialty jobs. It can be also said that the knowledge acquired along the road of being a plumber can be used to apply for other positions, ranging from business owner to building contractor. As it turns out, the sky's the limit when it comes to the plumbing industry, which brings with it an insane amount of potential. Number 3, the skills of a plumber are transferable. In the same breath, it can also be said that the skills learned by being a plumber are often transferable to other professions. When enough experience is achieved on the job and the right licenses have been obtained, a plumber will find himself in the position to be able to open up his very own plumbing business, increasing the salary cap of that plumber tenfold. Since the majority of people dream of working for themselves one day, this is a massive advantage that comes with the job. And you'll be happy to hear that according to reports, new plumbing businesses tend to stick around more than other businesses that have just opened, making them a pretty great investment down the road. Number 4, work can be both interesting and challenging. The one thing you'll never be if you choose the path of a plumber is bored. As we mentioned earlier, there are so many various plumbing specialties to look into, and even if you stick to general plumbing, you'll find yourself in a position of a problem solver. It is up to you to stare down a problem and pull from your plumbing knowledge to figure out how to help the family in need. You are, essentially speaking, a superhero. A family without running water and a working sewage system is an unhappy family. And since you'll be facing different problems every single day, it goes without saying that you'll be in a constant state of learning, allowing you to become better at a whole bunch of different things. So it goes without saying that boredom is not a problem that you'll be facing as a plumber. Number 5, there will always be space for a side hustle. If you do intend on one day opening up your own plumbing business, then you'll have to work on developing your own client list. And since it's unethical difficult to steal your previous employer's clients, this is something you'll have to do by working for others outside your regular business hours. Might sound a bit tiring, but there's honestly nothing better when it comes to jacking up your salary. Considering that the majority of jobs contractually exclude you from performing any side hustles, it must be said that this makes plumbing a very lucrative option for the hard worker. It also allows you to prepare for your future by filling out that client list, making your promotion to business owner an easier transition than it would usually be. Number 6. The working environment is never the same. The life of a plumber is also an interesting one when it comes to the working environment that you spend the majority of your time in. So many employees end up complaining that they're stuck in an office job staring at the same four walls for the rest of their life. But when it comes to the performing of your plumbing duties, each and every job requires you to challenge this environment of yours. One day you might be fixing a sink in the residence of a world-famous writer, while the next you may be installing a toilet at a camp, with the previous one having blown up with firecrackers. Suffice to say, your life will certainly be interesting. Number 7. The training is incredibly cheap. A huge benefit that comes with becoming a plumber is that the training offered is often cheap. This is due to the fact that the profession requires you to undertake an apprenticeship, which, unlike your stay at university, will allow you to learn while on the job, actually earning an income from day one. In some instances, your employer will even pay for this training on your behalf, depending on the type of agreement that you end up signing with him. So while the rest of your friends are broke in college, you'll actually be able to buy those things you've always wanted. Pretty neat, right? Number 8. There are many types of plumbers to choose from. It also must be said that the plumbing industry comes with a couple of nuances. We all know about the job of a residential plumber, who you've all seen fixing the problems in your own household. But you'll find that there are also repair and maintenance plumbers around, as well as commercial plumbers. Suffice to say, there are more than enough opportunities for you to change things if you ever do find yourself being bored. And since the skills learned are easily transferable, you could even be looking outside of the plumbing industry eventually. Number 9. You'll be able to move in the blink of an eye. Unlike other professions, the skills you learn as a plumber in Australia are the same skills you'll need to be a plumber in Germany. So if you're not sure whether you like to move and live in another country one day, it goes without saying that the plumbing industry is a brilliant one that allows for this to take place. The same cannot be said about professions such as legal practitioners, who often find themselves having to complete further studying overseas. Number 10. People will always need plumbers. And last of all, it must be said that there will always be a need for a plumber. Regardless of how much money someone has, running water and working sewage is incredibly important for hygiene and everyday living. As such, you'll find that you will always have jobs out there waiting for you to take on. We saw this during the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, with the industry being left wholly untouched by its effects. And remember, if you're already a plumber running your own business or just about to start and grow your own plumbing business, you must learn the 4 critical things plumbing business owners wish they had learned before starting a plumbing business, so you don't make the same mistakes. Plumbing Accelerator has put together a free training video that you can watch right now that will show you exactly how to start, grow, and build your plumbing business the right way so you can consistently guarantee profitable work and free up your time, all whilst reducing stress levels and allowing you to have a sustainable and more profitable business that works for you. In this free training video, you will also learn how to generate a steady stream of jobs on demand and with predictability month after month in your local area without relying on word-of-mouth referrals, how to stop competing on price with other plumbers and escape your competition, and how to convert at least 90% of your quotes and estimates into sales, and how to command premium prices and attract high-quality customers that will be happy to pay more. Make sure to click the link in the description and let us know what your thoughts are about our top reasons in the comment section down below.